What if the only way to make her regret losing you is to stop caring whether she does? What if, instead of chasing her, ignoring her is what hurts the most? Many men get it all wrong. They believe begging, pleading, or proving their worth will make her come back. But no, that only confirms what she already believes, that she's in control, that she's the prize, that you need her. But when you stop trying, when you truly let go, everything changes. Think about it. When was the last time you truly missed someone? It wasn't when they texted you every day. It was when they disappeared, when their silence made you doubt, when you started wondering if they ever really needed you. And there lies the key. She expects you to suffer. She expects you to beg. She expects you to break. Because that's what most men do. But when you do nothing, when you disappear as if you never mattered, you confuse her. Silence is power. Absence creates doubt. And doubt is the seed that grows into regret. The power of absence. The more you ignore her, the more she feels it. Why? Because the human mind works on contrast. We don't value air until it's gone. She doesn't appreciate you because you're there, available, predictable. But when you cut off the flow of attention, when you stop replying, stop watching her stories, stop texting, the void appears. And the void is uncomfortable. Her brain seeks to fill it with answers, with explanations, with doubts. Did I make the right decision? Why doesn't he text me? Has he already moved on? Your absence becomes a constant presence in her mind. And while you stay silent, she starts questioning everything. Because what becomes scarce becomes valuable. What is abundant is taken for granted. What is rare is desired. That's why the first step is total silence. No messages. No likes. No stalking. Disappear. And even if she acts like she doesn't care, she will feel it. She'll check her phone waiting for a message that never comes. She'll scan her notifications looking for your name. And every day you're gone, doubt grows until it turns into regret. Indifference as the most powerful move. Nothing makes someone question their choices more than your indifference. It's not anger. It's not sadness. Not even silence. It's true indifference. The complete absence of emotion. The I don't care anymore. Because as long as you keep reacting, she knows she has power over you. If you reply, if you like her posts, if you fall for her provocations, you show her she still occupies a place in your mind. And the one who feels the most, who gets involved the most, is the one with the least power. But when you don't reply, when you show no interest, when her world no longer includes you, she starts losing control. She expected you to chase her, to react, to show pain. And now she's lost. Because when someone knows they can have you anytime, they don't value you. But when doubt sets in, everything changes. It's not about ignoring her to get her back. It's about ignoring her because you no longer need her. And that energy is what shakes her the most. She will try to test you. She'll cast hooks, a story, a like, a casual message, all designed to see if you bite. But if you do, the game restarts. You confirm she can still play you. That's why you do the opposite. Don't react. Don't reply. Don't give her the slightest sign that you care. And when she sees she no longer has power over you, that's when she starts doubting everything. And that's when she truly begins to lose you. You were never chasing her. You were chasing validation. Let's be honest. Was it really her you wanted? Or was it how she made you feel? Was it her presence you loved? Or the ego boost of knowing someone chose you? Most men don't cry for the woman. They cry for what she represented, the validation they never learned to give themselves. And that's the mistake. You thought you loved her, but if you had loved yourself first, you'd never have given her so much power. You handed her control over your worth. You let her approval define who you were. And when she left, you felt empty. Not because she was unique, but because without her validation, you didn't know who you were. That ends today. She wasn't your other half. She was just an illusion, an excuse not to work on your self-esteem, a distraction from looking within. And here's the interesting part. When you stop seeking validation outside, when you start giving yourself value, you become invincible, because the man who doesn't need to be chosen, the one who doesn't depend on anyone's attention or approval, that's the man every woman starts to notice. So stop looking outside. Stop wanting her to see you as enough. Be enough for yourself. Because the day you stop needing her validation, she starts needing yours. The Stoic mindset. Detach or be destroyed in a breakup. You have two paths. Detach or be destroyed. You can let the pain consume you, obsess over it, react like a wounded child. Or you can use that pain as fuel. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them. Understanding a simple, brutal truth. You don't control anyone. You only control yourself. And that's where most men fail. They keep staring at her profile, analyzing her stories, waiting for signs, seeking answers that never come. That's not love. That's destruction. The Stoic man doesn't beg. He doesn't chase. He doesn't need to close cycles. Why? Because he knows his power lies in his response, not in what she does. Perfect. That's out of your control. What you can control is this: how you react, how you rebuild, how you become unstoppable. And here's the irony. When you stop caring if she regrets it or not, that's when she feels it the most. Because she no longer has power over you. Detachment is freedom. It's freeing yourself from needing validation. It's stopping the expectation that someone else will fix what you can change. It's becoming a man who no longer needs answers, because he already has clarity. So stop looking back. Cut all ties. Don't follow her. Don't seek her. Don't imagine her. Instead, train, read, build, work your body, your mind, your life until the idea of going back seems ridiculous. Because when she sees you not only survived, but became better without her, that's when she starts to feel real pain. Reverse pursuit. Make her feel your absence right now. She thinks she won. She believes you're silent, waiting for a chance to prove your worth. But what happens when you flip the script? What happens when instead of chasing her, she starts chasing you? Most think to regain attention, you have to do something. Effort, messages, strategies. But no, the real move is total detachment. When you disappear, when you erase your presence completely, her mind starts working against her. First comes curiosity. She thinks you'll show up, but days pass, and you don single quotes T. Then that curiosity turns to doubt. Did I make a mistake? Has he forgotten me? Was I not as important as I thought? And then that doubt turns to fear, and she starts dropping breadcrumbs. A reaction to a story, a casual message, an indirect post. But you don't bite. Because every time you reply, you restart the game. You give her the power again. You show her she's still on your mind. Instead, if you don't react, if you don't give her even a hint that you care, you create the biggest void she can feel, having no effect on you anymore. And that's when she starts chasing you, not out of love, but because she needs to regain the control she lost. And the more you distance yourself, the more powerful your image becomes in her mind, because you're no longer the available man. You're the man who became a mystery. And that's the beginning of regret. How to destroy her curiosity. The mystery of silence curiosity doesn't just kill the cat. It destroys the ego of the one who can't figure you out. She waits for clues. Wants signs you're still affected. A phrase in a story. A selfie seeking validation. A message with a double meaning. But what happens when you give her nothing? No posts, no indirects. No, look how well I'm doing without you. Just silence. And that silence becomes a mystery. And the mystery becomes an obsession. Most men do the opposite. They post motivational quotes, hoping she sees them. They watch all her stories to leave a trace. They make the mistake of showing they're still there. That's weakness disguised as moving on. But when you disappear completely, when she can't read your moves, when she can't find you even in the algorithm, she starts losing her mind. She looks for clues on your social media and finds nothing. Asks mutual friends, no one knows. Waits for you to react, and you don't even show up. And then she starts imagining the worst. Has she replaced me? Is she better off without me? Was I really that insignificant? And those thoughts don't stop, because the brain hates unfinished stories. When it can't close a chapter, it rewrites it 1,000 times. And each version is more painful than the last. That's why silence is stronger than any words, and mystery more powerful than any attention. Become an enigma, an absence she can't fill, a ghost who doesn't respond but is always present in her mind. Emotional mastery. Never let her see your weakness. The moment your emotions control you, you lose. No matter how far you've come, no matter how strong you think you are, if she sees a crack, a single sign that you're still affected, she'll know she still has power over you. And that's the one thing you can never allow, because she will test you, try to provoke you, maybe with a casual message, maybe posting a photo with another guy, maybe trying to talk to you like nothing happened. It's all a test. She wants to see if you still react, if you're still at her mercy. You don't react because you have emotional control. And emotional control is lethal. When she can't read you, when you don't respond as she expects, when you show no anger, no sadness, no jealousy, you completely throw her off. Who has more power in an argument? The one who screams desperately, or the one who stays calm, firm, and steady? Always the one who stays in control, and that's you now. If she writes, reply if you want, or don't. If she posts something to provoke you, don't even look. If she tries to fight, don't play her game. The one who doesn't react dominates. And when she realizes the emotionally dependent man no longer exists, when she sees she's facing someone emotionally untouchable, that's when she begins to feel real regret. The cold greeting. How to handle a reunion. At some point, you'll see her again. Maybe by chance, maybe she planned it. But that moment will come. And how you act then can make the difference between stepping back or confirming your evolution. Many men fail here. They try hard to look happy. They pretend they've moved on. They show off exaggerated success, hoping she notices the change. And guess what? She notices, but not the way you expect. She sees desperation in disguise. She sees a forced performance. And with that, she regains control. The key? The cold greeting. If you look at her, do it with total neutrality. No sparkle in your eyes. No resentment. No nostalgia. Just a look that says, "You're just another one. You're no longer part of my world." If she talks to you, respond politely, without emotion. No stories, no memories, no what if. If she asks how you are, answer just enough. "I'm fine." Nothing more. No need to show her what she lost, because she'll feel it in the emotional distance. And that's what will hurt the most. Not seeing her upset, not yelling at her for what she did, but simply no longer being affected. That destroys more than any argument, because now she understands you not only don't need her, but you also don't need her. And the strongest truth, she no longer has access to the man she once knew. The rebirth. Become a man she can no longer reach. There comes a point where you don't even miss her anymore. Not because you're pretending, not because you're suppressing, but because you've completely moved on. That's rebirth. It's not an improved version of your old self. It's a completely new version. Stronger, more centered, more focused. A version of you she can no longer reach. And that is the true victory. Most men want to win the breakup. They want her to regret it. They want to prove they were worth it. That's small thinking. True victory is when she no longer even crosses your mind. Because the truth is this: she was never the prize. You were. And if she didn't see it, she lost. And in that rebirth you stop seeking external validation. Focus on your goals. Become physically, mentally, and emotionally unbreakable. Become someone who not only survived, but thrived without her. And when she finally sees you from afar, she won't be seeing the guy she left. She'll be seeing a man she can no longer reach. And that's what hurts the most. Not losing someone, but realizing that someone became unreachable. And it's already too late. The final lesson? You never needed her. There's a truth you avoided. At the start of this journey, you never needed her. Not then. Not now. Not ever. You convinced yourself she completed something. That she was your other half. That without her, you were less. But all that was a lie. A lie you told yourself because you hadn't yet discovered your true worth. And now look at you. Look at the path you've walked. Look at the transformation. The pain that once felt unbearable is gone. The need for validation makes no sense anymore. The attachment that chained you is broken. And best of all, you did it alone. You didn't wait for anyone to save you. You didn't seek her to recognize your worth. You asked for nothing. You got up. You rebuilt yourself. You became someone who no longer needs to be chosen, because you chose yourself. And now, finally, you understand what it means to be untouchable. Think about her for a moment. Do you really think she grew like you did? That she evolved like you did? Hardly. Because people who leave thinking they're in control almost never do the inner work. But you did. You broke the cycle. You left the game. And now, if she ever tries to come back, she won't find the same man. She'll find a wall, an abyss, a version of you she can no longer touch. because now she doesn't matter. Now she's just a name in the past, a weightless memory, a story that ended, and you now begin writing yours. This is your rebirth. If you made it this far, if you took every word and turned it into fire to forge a new version of yourself, then listen closely. You don't need anyone to love you to know your worth. You don't need them to come back to feel complete. You don't need anyone who can't see your light, because you are already enough. You always have been taught, and if you're ready to close this chapter with honor, if you're ready to become the man who will never again be taken for granted, like the video, subscribe to Stoic Alchemist, turn on notifications, and comment below. I was always enough. This is Stoic Alchemist. Keep growing, keep mastering, and remember, your silence was the loudest scream you ever made.